Yes, Virginia. I'm sure people are aware there's a new Pixar movie coming. I mean, there's at least enough about much awareness there is about the new Jurassic World and Superman, which I'm looking forward to as well. And just like how, to me, the amount of live action versions is no different than the amount of small scale dramas and other experimental films I tend to consume and watch, as well as address, including, except for tonight's video, maybe they look at A24's Death of the Unicorn from writer director Alex Scarfman. So let's begin. The film has an all-star cast including Paul Rudd, Jenna Ortega, uh, Will Poulter, and Richard E. Grant, among numerous others. It is a horror dark comedy in which, after a widower and his daughter end up going to the retreat of his employer in the Canadian wilderness, as they accidentally run over a unicorn, and rather than Colton's discovery to the proper authorities, they end up actually a, a trying to use the unicorn for cures or for potential profit and gain, even as his parents wants her foal back. I was not even aware here it was a foal until I saw this movie. The I didn't get a chance to see it theatrically, but always I found it interesting looking at the advertising for this, as I often do. Even if not every A24 film is put as a masterpiece, they always have a unique sensibility they brought to their films. I mean, just the idea of taking a unicorn often associated with whimsy and wonder and playing it for horror, as well as using a satire of the pharmaceutical industry, is actually a pretty unique concept. I mean, not saying we get the common side effects levels here, but it is definitely an entertaining film nonetheless. It is by no means a flawless film by any means. It may not be my favorite one of the studio. Oh, I have to think about where I'd rank it on the ones I've seen this year. But I can definitely say, that I enjoyed it. Definitely managed to make good use of the one location they had, as well as to build up a decent atmosphere here for the creature, as well as some dark humor about how many uses as as they have for potential cures and how many ways the cures can be consumed. Some of which are indeed not very family friendly. Like, admittedly, every character, save for Ortega's, has their own vice some way to varying degrees, and your tolerance for this kind of dark humor is definitely going to be directly linked to your appreciation for it. I mentioned before my favorite comedy one depends on the life, close by Big Lebowski, so I wasn't bothered too much by it. I'll say this. It made more sense in its approach to satire than Don't Look Up did, because it was much more smaller in scale and a bit more believable, at least on a basic level. The idea that even with a literal unicorn in their house that they're debating whether or not they would just keep for themselves or sell the parts for profit. I mean, again, given in how someone and ended up getting Luigi'd, it's definitely not really a stretch anymore. Anyway, I know some of you who are definitely still waiting for my nostalgic rave on the animated Superman series from back when I was younger, and don't worry, I will have that out as soon as it's ready. And I was still interested in doing a larger video on the show next year as well for the show's 30th anniversary, was my initial plan. And before current events and some of my scripts not being as done as I'd like them, forced me to pivot. Anyway, that'll be all for now. I'll see you all again soon. Take care, everyone.